Hey there, everyone. It's Brendan here from the Crypto 101 team, and welcome to your weekly technical analysis update for the crypto markets. And despite the crypto markets being pretty choppy and even a little bit sideways over the last month or two, there is a lot happening behind the scenes. And I do think that we're entering into what could be a very vital time for the crypto markets to either put in this reversal or even get a squeeze that I think could bring us that next big move. Now, not only are we going to be taking a look here at the charts today, and we're going to be looking at Bitcoin and Ethereum and maybe a few others as well, but I also want to show you some really interesting data points that I just don't think enough people are looking at or paying attention to, or maybe they just don't understand how to read it. And so I want to break those down as well and maybe even give dare I say, one of the daring arguments that you could be seeing signs of bearish exhaustion or even the early stages of that and what that actually means here for the overall crypto space as a whole and maybe the direction that it moves. So it's good to have all of you here. If that does interest you and you like the content, consider hitting the like and subscribe button. But without further ado, let's go ahead and dive on in here and open up the charts on Bitcoin. So what we've been seeing here on Bitcoin, as I said, has been a pretty choppy period really for the bulk of June and July. And now as we're stretching into August here, we are seeing that continue a bit. We kind of had that last leg down from around, 82, 83,000 up here, kind of into these rough new lows. And I say rough new lows because we really didn't get much deeper on Bitcoin than we saw back in February. In February, we hit a low of somewhere just around the $59,000, $60,000 area, depending on the exchange. And then back here in June, we came back down to around 59K. And then in July, the very start of July, we pierced just beneath 59K down to about 58,000. But you really have not seen Bitcoin breaking into these lower lows despite that. Now, as we zoom in on this daily chart, you really can see that the last 2 months or so of price action has just been back and forth and back and forth and back and forth here, really just sideways. Now, I would divide this into two different ranges here for Bitcoin, and these are the two zones that I'm really paying attention towards. But you have the first zone, which is kind of the immediate one here, where you have Bitcoin really using around 66,000 as the primary resistance level. We've kind of come up here, tapped it once, kind of come up into this rough area around maybe 65, 66,000 and kind of saw more minor rejections in here, but we've not really gone above this area for the most part. So I'd be looking at that as like resistance number one. Now, for the second zone of support here inside of this first range, I would really be looking towards like 62, 63,000. We have seen this used quite a few times over the last month, but you have seen it kind of tested even before then a little bit. So if we look at maybe the last month or so of price action, we've kind of come down here and bounced and bounced and bounced and bounced and bounced and bounced. And we've pretty consistently used this as an area of support, even when breaking underneath some of those shorter term moving averages like the 20 and 50-day moving averages, which is what we have on the chart here right now, with that blue line being the 20-day and that pink or red line being the 50-day moving average. So on top of this, I'd be looking at this and saying, okay, well, we kind of have range number one here of sideways choppy price action on Bitcoin, and I'd be looking to see either a breakout or a breakdown of this range, and I think that that's what really leads us into our next move. Now, if we do see a breakdown here in Bitcoin and we do start seeing lower price action, then I would be looking a little bit more back to the lows, saying, hey, if we're kind of clearing through this low 60s support, I do think you can kind of get a retest back into the high 50,000s, which is an area, again, that we saw back in February, June, and July over in here. And so that has been a pretty big support area and factor to watch. Now, what this really means for Bitcoin is, again, you have these two ranges. We're kind of just likely to remain in a pretty choppy, sideways, frothy market until you really start to see these ranges break to either the upside or the downside. Now, I think if you are a bull here, there's a couple of things that you are going to like. For starters, what you will like here is, Bitcoin has failed to go lower 3 different times over basically the last 6 months of price action. You basically came down to the lows in February. You came back down to the lows here at the end of May, start of June. And then you really failed to go lower. It's like, yeah, you might have hit slightly lower, but you didn't close down there too deeply. You still closed over 60,000. And this really wasn't a convincing new low for Bitcoin. Then you came back down at the start of July, and the same thing happened. You peaked your head ever so slightly lower, but no real strength and momentum to push you through this bottom that we've had and that we've held on to on Bitcoin. And thus we saw the bounce over here. So I think if you're a bull, you do like that, because what you basically had is that for the first 6 months of the bear market, it was breakdown into lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, rinse and repeat. And now what you've seen is kind of this breakdown from very consistent lower lows and lower highs has now kind of been, yes, you are still seeing lower highs here on this chart. But at least you're not breaking down into convincing strong new lows on Bitcoin, which I think could be, again, a sign of maybe there's some seller exhaustion, as Bitcoin has officially, as we measure this from top to bottom, as it has officially come down over 50% from its all-time highs. And, we are entering into almost the 1 year mark here in just about a month or two from the Bitcoin top. So people are starting to look at this and saying, well, we're failing to go lower, even though we're not necessarily going convincingly higher. Maybe that is a sign of the bears weakening. The other two things I'd point to from a technical level here is a very interesting number that I came across. Was basically just saying that hedge funds on CME are now net long Bitcoin. Now, this has happened back in April of 2025 and March of 2026. And in both instances, you have Bitcoin rallying here more than 30% to the upside. So if we take a quick look at this, you can see that it's pretty rare for this to actually happen. Believe it or not, when you're looking at hedge funds on CME, they're very rarely net long Bitcoin. And so what that tells me, again, from more of like a technical and, maybe even a fundamental perspective, what they're looking at here is a lot of value, right? This is coming from people who almost always, I would say about 90% of the time here, they like to be net short on their positions, even when they were losing throughout like 2023 and 2024 and even part of 2025, right? Even when they were losing, they were still net short and bears. And I think even those people who are so consistently bearish and net short, well, even they're looking here and saying, hey, we think that there's probably too much value. There's probably more upside risk as opposed to downside risk. And so now they're actually net long, which I do think can be a good sign for the bulls here. Now, the other thing I'd like to point towards is that if you look at the seller exhaustion constant chart here on a 30-day rolling basis, what you have here is this thing coming back down to peak levels of lows almost, right? These are areas that we saw towards the end, again, not exact day, but, roughly speaking, that you saw in the 2018 trough, the 2014 bottom, and the 2022 bottoms as well, all of which were obviously towards the ending period of those bear markets and cycle lows. So I think you would look at this and say, hey, you're kind of failing to go lower over the last 6 months. This seller exhaustion chart is, pointing in. CME hedge funds or hedge funds on the CME are starting to get net long, which is a very rare occurrence. And then on top of that, if we kind of go back to the Bitcoin chart here, what I would want to take a look at is just this weekly relative strength index on Bitcoin, which is something that I like to reference from time to time. And what this would show us here is, and right over here, excuse me, is that we are coming off of that oversold territory, getting bullish divergence. It looks as if we're putting in a higher low, and this is something that we have routinely seen in those prior bear market bottoms from 2014, 2018, 2022, and now again 4 years later in 2026. So is this enough to say that the market bottom is absolutely in? I wouldn't go that far yet, but one of the things that I'd like to highlight in this is that you do still have more downside. However, over here at Crypto 101, we still think that there's really good long-term fundamentals and technicals here on the charts. Even if we do actually get a move lower, which I would still say, again, is on the table. It's possible here. The bear market has not fully broken structure yet. If we do get moves lower, I would be looking at some of these kind of critical levels here around, 62,000 maybe, and then also even deeper down here, maybe around 58, 59,000. And then if we break lower than that, we might even have, potential in the 50s. But these are all things that we want to kind of keep an eye out on. So the number one thing on the charts here is, how are these zones going to hold? Which zones are going to break first? And then looking, hey, if this zone breaks, we know where it's likely to go next, as we talked a little bit earlier on in the video. So again, long-term argument here for Bitcoin, I think, is getting stronger. It's not foolproof yet, but we do like to be cautiously optimistic. And it does look as if people are positioning themselves to say, hey, where do we want to be in the more mid to long term? Short term to midterm, a bit more uncertain still. Maybe you have more downside, but I do think you are starting to see a shift from the longer term position in players saying, hey, we do actually think that there is some value down here and potential signs of bearish exhaustion. So we want to keep an eye on that, and we'll go back to that in another market update video. Real quick here on the rest of the large caps, Ethereum is seeing some strong outperformance. If you measure Bitcoin off the lows over here, Bitcoin is able to rally about 16% from its bottom to its most local high of last month. And one of the big standouts here on Ethereum is that if you measure Ethereum off the lows to its highs, it almost doubled Bitcoin's gain of 16% to nearly 32% from its bottom to last month's high. Thank you all for watching here. That's going to be our weekly technical analysis update of the crypto markets. Basically just some sideways choppy price action until we really get ourselves rolling out of these consolidation zones. But you do have some market leaders for sure, and a couple of key catalysts to look out for as we continue down the stretch and really continue here in what could be a transitional stage of the market. And that's certainly what we're hoping for